EMT training takes a lot of time to complete, whether you are just starting out or you are trying to gain higher EMT certification. Community colleges, non-profit EMT associations, and private institutions are usually good choices for most people. However, EMT training courses can take as little as 5 weeks of intensive EMT training, or as much as 6 months for college-styled class schedules. If you have a busy life, are working, or have family responsibilities and you could use more flexibility in your EMT training schedule, then online EMT training might be the answer for you. If you are not yet an EMT and want to start an online EMT training course. To begin, if you are thinking about taking an online EMT training class, there are a few things that you should consider before starting. First, unless you are taking some state-sanctioned refresher course that are used by currently certified EMTs, there are no entirely online EMT training programs that exist. The typical format is that you are allowed to take the classroom or cognitive portion of the EMT training program online. Then when you complete the online EMT training program, you would travel to an EMT training facility that the online EMT training program runs. While at the facility, you would complete the practical skills portion of the EMT training. The skills training is usually done in a week-long boot camp style format, working 8 or more hours a day to complete. At the boot camp, you would get your hands-on EMT training and would practice life-saving techniques taught by EMT certified instructors. Second, the best online EMT training programs will also have affiliations with local hospitals, ERs, or ambulance companies that will allow their students to complete the internship portion of EMT certification that most states require in order to become EMT licensed. Third and finally, after EMT skills training and internships are completed, the online EMT training program will be able to allow you to take the EMT certification exam run by the National Registry of Emergency Medical Technicians (NREMT). Not all states recognize the NREMT test and have their own unique test that you must take. However, usually if you have completed an online EMT training program that uses NREMT certification, you will know more than enough to pass your state's particular EMT certification test. Once you have passed the NREMT certification test or your own state's unique EMT certification exam, you will then be able to apply for an EMT license in the state that you wish to work in. In order to get your EMT license, there are usually some administrative requirements like filling out application forms, paying small application fees, and sometimes submitting to criminal background checks and/or drug screening tests. After you have finished all the administrative hoops that your state requires, you will now be able to work as an EMT. Congratulations! If you are already an EMT and want to do online EMT training for your continuing EMT education requirements. Luckily, there are usually a lot more choices for online EMT training programs if you only need to complete EMT continuing education courses. These are often called EMT refresher courses. States require these EMT refresher courses because currently certified EMTs need to have a certain amount of continuing EMT education completed every certification cycle. Note that different states often have different course and hour requirements, so you need to make sure that the online EMT training program that you are considering meets your state's EMT continuing education requirements. In addition, most states require EMTs that are seeking recertification to undertake an EMT skills exam at a state-licensed EMT training center. So, you would typically take the online EMT refresher course, then go to a local EMT training center to take your skills exam. Taking the EMT refresher course online can definitely save you some time. In conclusion, as you can see, online EMT training might just be the answer you were looking for. However, states have slightly different EMT certification and EMT licensing requirements, so be sure to find out the specifics for your own state. Thanks for listening.